Cartman wants to look good for TV, so he embarks on a journey to become a beefcake and ends up looking like Jabba the Hutt. This girl Bebe is introduced and sounds just like that one TikTok AI voice I hear everywhere.
It begins over 100 years ago.
We start season 2 off with an episode that is a prominent feature in South Park's worst ever episode debate, so you could say a very strong start. I mean, you'd be wrong, but... Straight out of the gates, the show lets us know that crazy cliffhanger they left us on at the end of season 1, you know, the one we all want to know the answer to. Yeah, they will not be answering that in this episode.
You've waited 4 long weeks to find out who the father of Eric Cartman is. Now finally, the shocking truth about Cartman's lineage will not be seen tonight.
We're instead treated to, or maybe not so much, an April Fool's Day special starring TV stars Terrence and Phillip. Think South Park x Skibidi Toilet, but without the flying camera robot guy. The two are on trial for the murder of a local doctor and are being hounded by Visnik, in which they are found not guilty. Which is great news, I think, if you love fart jokes, and if not, yeah, you're in for a world of pain. That Nikki guy, down bad for not winning, does something one might say is a little dramatic.
I understand that you hate Terrence and Phillip.
Yes I do. They think that fart jokes are a sophisticated form of comedy, but they're not.
Well, what if I were to help you get rid of them once and for all?
Who is this?
Let's just say that I'm someone who can help you if you help me. Just call me your old pal, Saddam Hussein.
Yeah, a little bit. This dude takes an L so ginormous he makes a deal with Saddam Hussein to kill them. After some absolute bamboozling, Saddam Hussein takes over Canada and plans to take over the entire world. He turns into a discount Bane, taking over a Canadian football match, and tries to make everyone sing the Iraq national anthem, but the Canadians drop an atomic bomb if it was thought up by an 8-year-old. He gets murked and the episode ends with the Canadians making my ears bleed. Episode 2 is titled Cartman's Mum is Still a Dirty Slut, and it again has all the Sigma males doing flips in excitement right now. The episode starts where the season 1 finale left off.
Gentlemen, the father is...
Hey, what the hell's going on?
It's a power outage!
Is everybody okay? That sounded like a gunshot.
Oh my God, look!
The lights go out and weird Albert Einstein gets shot. He's still alive though, so Chef and the boys take him to the hospital. He's seen to by a doctor called Doctor and a nurse with no arms. Wait. Wait, what? Back in town, a film reenactment crew rock up and want to, you've guessed it, reenact the crime. While this has all been happening, there's this whole whodunit side plot that's been going on, and honestly, I hate it. I hate it so very much.
Who is screwing with the lights? Is it Bar Brady? Or Jimbo? Or the 1991 Denver Broncos?
That is really starting to piss me off.
So yeah, anyway, some questionable castings here, a crazy blizzard there, and Cartman's mum makes good on the episode's title. The boys are made into honorary doctors due to the blizzard. Back in town, the others start eating people due to the blizzard, which they seem maybe a little too keen on doing actually, now I think about it. And Kenny gets brutally electrocuted to death due to, well, actually to be honest, it seemed a little unnecessary actually. Rip Kenny, man. And after all this, we finally get to find out who Cartman's dad actually is.
As I said before, the father is somebody in this room. The father is... Mrs. Cartman.
What?
Yes, it's true.
No, that doesn't make sense.
You see, Mrs. Cartman is a hermaphrodite.
Man, this is f***ing weak. Dude, you're a big fat ass and your mom's a hermaphrodite.
Oh, fuck off. Fuck off. The third episode starts with our first proper introduction to the school's counsellor, Mr. Mackey, who is doing a little presentation on drugs and how they're bad. He makes some really valid points, details how dangerous drugs can actually be, and then proceeds to pass weed out for the kids to smell. Which, fun fact, is apparently based off a real life event creator Trey Parker experienced in the 7th grade. Yeah, that seems about right. Due to this, he gets fired and turns into a hippie, which also seems fair. Meanwhile, Carl invites the boys to Ike's bris party, and they're all pretty hyped, which, spoiler, does not last for very long, like, at all. They find out what a bris actually is thanks to Chef, and they take it surprisingly well. Oh, never mind, no they do not. We then have Mission Impossible Save Ike's Dick Edition, where Carl reverts back to his season 1 self and proceeds to mistake Ike for a football and punts him into space. Oh yeah, I almost forgot, what's Mr. Mackey up to?
LSD's bad. Who put all this cotton in my mouth? Yeah, baby, the world is so small. I'm free. I'm free.
Nice. Kyle completes his mission to hide Ike thanks to this immaculate dummy he's made to fill in for him.
He doesn't want you kissing him.
Oh my god, make it stop!
Oh, maybe not. At the funeral for Ike's doll, Kyle finds out that Ike is actually his adoptive brother and not his real brother, which pisses him off. This leads him to tell his parents the truth, and Kenny gets smushed in the process. Damn, that's really sad. Is Mr. Mackey doing any better?
At long last I have found a true reason to be.
Cool. Ike returns home, Kyle is still mad, and then he's not, and the boys find out what a bris actually is. The episode ends with Mr. Mackey reverting to his normal self, and the boys arguing over who's getting circumcised next. We're just gonna brush over all that? Really? Okay, fair enough, fine. Episode 4, Chicken Lover, sees the boys take a trip to the Booktastic Bus, a mobile library I would not want to see at the end of a dark alleyway. It's given me some real bad Child Snatcher vibes. It's not right. I'm sure the guy driving it though is lovely and looks a bit more sane.
Hello, kids. I see you're discovering the magic of reading.
Oh, maybe not, okay. Continuing the theme of just really weird shit, the town has a chicken molester on the loose.
It says, sorry I had sex with the chicken. I won't do it again. Bye-bye. Well, there you have it.
Officer Barbary looks into it, but ends the case prematurely as the pup is leaving behind some edgy clues and he can't read. He resigns in shame and South Park turns into the Purge anarchy. He goes back to school, the chicken lover strikes again, and Kenny nearly dies multiple times. After the town receives yet another clue, Barbary deputises the boys to help him read and follow the clues, which spawns one of South Park's most iconic character variations and lines.
You will respect my authority.
Yeah, right. You better get back to school, little boy.
Ow! Get your ass to jail!
Ow! Hey, what the hell are you doing? You can't do that! Ow! 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 Ow!
Sweet.
Ow!
The clues end up leading them to a petting zoo where they finally catch the criminal in the act.
Look! He's here!
Grab him! I knew it was you all along, Richard Nixon!
I think that's a mask, dude.
Oh,
Whoa, dude! It's the bookmobile driver.
caught you red-handed!
Indeed you did.
Wow, it's that weird Nazi guy. I mean, I'd never have guessed that. I mean, who could have guessed that, really? Well, I mean, at least Kenny made it to the end of the episode, though. I mean, that's a positive, I guess. Never mind. Conjoined Fetus Lady is the title for episode 5, and if that doesn't have you questioning your life yet, that will change. That will change very quickly.
Dodgeball.
Oh, well, I'll get you an ice pack. What? Oh, I see you've noticed my disorder. I have a stillborn fetus growth attached to my head.
After seeing Nurse Gollum, the boys lose their damn minds, with Stan wanting to split his head in two and remove his brain.
Sheila, I was just wondering if you might know why my son is trying to split his head open with an ice pick?
No, I have to get it out.
This leads to Carl's mum Sheila going on a crusade to spread knowledge on conjoined twin Miss Lexia, which I'm sure will go just fine. It'll be fine. South Park goes to Denver to play dodgeball where Pip goes crazy and they become national champions. Gollum is having tea with Sheila and some others where she seems fine with her condition, but the others, like always, will just not shut the fuck up about it. Back with the boys, they now have to go to play China and we finally get to see some good old Miss Crabtree action.
I said sit down!
Yeah, whatever, you old dried up fat hog.
What did you say?
I said, I've always wanted to visit Prague.
Oh, me too.
There's also a bit where, again, the show spreads a moral message in a very South Park way, with the Americans making fun of the Chinese and the Chinese making fun of the Americans, which is wholesome, I think, maybe. Yeah, I mean, fair. Kenny dies again, Pip goes crazy again, and Nurse Gollum humbles the entire town.
You're all a bunch of freaks. Freaks with big hearts. And now, don't you realize that the last thing I ever wanted was to be singled out?
Episode 6 is all about a Mexican staring frog that kills people by looking at them, and I am hyped. The episode starts with Jimbo and Ned, aka one of the 3 blind mice dressed as Rambo, hosting a hunting show where they incinerate some deer. Thanks to Jimbo and Ned's recollection of the Vietnam War, the boys get called out by Mr. Garrison for making it all up and receive detention for a week. This leads to a revenge plot involving the Mexican staring frog, which puts Ned into a fear-induced coma, which I personally think is valid. The subplot for this episode is to do with Jesus and his TV show Jesus and Pals. It gets pretty wild to a point where it turns into Maury Mortal Kombat Edition.
Shut the f*** up!
The episode ending with the Jesus in Pals producer being sent to hell and Satan and Saddam Hussein going for dinner as a couple. What is going on? Seriously, what is happening here? What am I even watching at this point? Episode 7 starts with some school bus antics, with Cartman being a fat little boy, Miss Crabtree threatening to shoot a cute little bunny rabbit if they don't shut up, and then proceeds to drive off a cliff. The bus is in a very, very precarious position thanks to the fall, and Crabtree goes to get some help, making the kids stay on the bus, which I personally think is a very smart decision. Fuck them kids. She runs into this creepy guy who tries roofing her, which again, we're just gonna ignore that? Really? And becomes a comedian. Back on the bus, the boys are having flashbacks to season 1, with just a few minor details changed here and there.
See, I told you.
Well, this is going to put a damper on the day. Let's have ice cream, everyone!
The parents then finally decide to start looking for the literal busload of missing kids for about 5 seconds, and then they just make a shitty song for them instead, which fair enough. The bus finally falls into the ravine and lands in a giant tub of ice cream. I think I must be high. I mean, the writers are definitely high at this point. This whole episode turns out to be just a crazy dream Cartman was having. A crazy dream Stan was having, and ends with something I did not expect to make me feel kinda down bad.
Miss Crabtree,
What is it? What's wrong?
you realize I can't stay. None of this is real. It's all been a little 8-year-old's dream.
Oh, I know, Marcus. But let me just pretend as long as I can.
Sure.
From a very wholesome and sweet ending to an episode, to a start of one I'd personally say is not.
You see, my parents are dead. Your parents are dead? God damn you, sack pip.
Summer has finally arrived in South Park and everything is looking just very weird without the snow everywhere. The boys want some fireworks to shove up Cartman's cat's ass to celebrate, you know, as you do, but they can't, as fireworks are now banned in South Park thanks to a kid blowing off his hands. Which, I mean, yeah, that's probably smart actually. Jimbo and Mouse Rambo go to Mexico to get some fireworks. The mayor hatches a plan for some Independence Day celebrations and Cartman breaks out this iconic line.
Where are you guys? I'm going home.
Jimbo and Ned get caught at Border Patrol, the mayor's plan for the world's biggest snake firework goes terribly wrong, and Kenny bites the dust again. Jimbo and Ned finally make it back into South Park and destroy the snake with a giant firework, which might just be the most American sentence I've ever heard. Chef's Chocolate Salty Balls is the title for the mid-season episode, and is not just a statement I'm randomly making here. I swear. Please believe me. The episode is based around South Park being the new host of an indie film festival, which crowds the town with annoying LA celebrities. Chef sets up his stall for his salty balls and everyone loves them, even the kids. Wait, that's not come out right, that's not what I meant, wait. The episode then takes a weird turn where Mr. Hanky, that literal piece of shit, makes an appearance, and then nearly dies. Somehow. I don't really know how that works, but okay, I'm not going to question it. I have to quickly mention again the fun fact I learned about Mr. Hanky, that the character was created by Trey Parker's father to help toilet train him as a kid, saying that if he didn't flush, Mr. Hanky would come to life and kill him. Which again, I just don't know if that's smart or fucking insane. I don't really know. Anyway, Mr. Hanky is revived by Chef's balls, again, mad, not what I meant, and chases the celebrities out of South Park, marking the halfway point for the season. The second half of South Park's second season starts off with episode 10, Chickenpox, which is all about, you've guessed it, swine flu. Kill me. The episode opens with Shelley, Stan's sister, and Kenny in the trenches with chickenpox. The parents have a genius plan to send all the boys to Kenny's house so they can all get chickenpox and in turn natural immunity. This goes...
And you know why? 'Cause your dad's Jewish.
I heard that.
That ain't why, Sturt. It's because you are an alcoholic retard and he had dreams of not eating frozen waffles for dinner every night.
Okay. All the boys end up getting chickenpox apart from Kyle, who instead gets taught about gods and clods and why people are poor by his dad. Sheila wants Kenny to spit in Kyle's mouth, which again, we're just going to brush over. We're just going to brush over at this point. Honestly, I don't care.
I'm getting the word nonce.
And Cartman gets addicted to chickenpox ointment. Thanks to Carl's dad talk about poverty, Carl thinks they should send all poor people to camps and execute them. Wait, what? The episode ending with the kids hospitalised with chickenpox and the parents getting herpes thanks to the kids. Wait, that came out wrong. I didn't mean it like that. That's episode 11, Roger Ebert should lay off the fatty food, sees the boys going to the local planetarium and are met by this weird Don and his possessed little girl worker.
I'm getting the word nonce.
And we're just going to skip over that. I mean, it's fine. Sure, whatever. Cartman then goes over to this Cheesy Poofs van to sing the commercial song, which he kills.
I love Cheesy Poofs, you love Cheesy Poofs. If we didn't Cheesy Poofs, we'd be lame.
Principal Victoria returns to the planetarium where we find out that, yeah, that place ain't right and is brainwashing people. Lock him up. Lock him up now. The boys also figure out that guy is in fact a creep and accidentally blow Kenny's head up in the process. Rip Kenny, man, seriously. Cartman wins the Cheesy Poof competition looking great and ends up saving the day. Fair play, honestly, fair play. I still don't know why the episode is titled that though. I mean, fuck that guy, I guess, for reasons, whoever he is. The 12th episode starts with Stan building a clubhouse to impress Wendy, and Stan's mum kinda losing her shit.
I suppose next you'll be telling me that you need your space and that I'm sabotaging your creativity. Go ahead, Stanley, get your goddamn cookie.
Okay.
Bebe, this TikTok girl, wants to get with Kyle and passes him a note in class, which goes,
Dear Kyle, you have got such a great ass. I could sleep for days on those perk cheeks, let me tell you. I'd like to live with you and wear your ass as a hat for all eternity. Whoa, dude!
yeah. Cartman and Kenny also build a clubhouse, and that goes... Stan this whole time has wanted to play Truth or Dare to get a kiss from Wendy and is about to, but they get interrupted by this guy.
Son, could you please come help me with the firewood?
Who the fuck is that guy? A BC looking ass. This happens. Then this happens.
I don't know how to break it off with him.
Sharon?
And the episode ends with this.
Dare.
Take this stick and jam it up your pee hole. What?
From Twigs and sus dares in a treehouse to South Park's annual festival, Cow Days, where the town goes just a little bit insane. And I can't lie, this episode kinda sucks in my humble opinion. The cows in the town start worshipping this big cow statue and shit gets crazy. Cartman gets bucked off of a bull and suffers brain damage thinking he's a Vietnamese prostitute, and I'm lost at this point. I am lost. Kenny gets impaled by a rogue bull and the crazy cow cult starts a mass cliff jumping chain. Rest in peace, Kenny, man. I mean, and the cows actually. Rest in peace to cows. The episode ends with the carnival people getting called out and beaten up by the town. I can't blame them. Travelling carnival dudes have always freaked me out. Always freaked me out. Weird individuals. Chef Aid is the title for episode 14 and starts with Chef's song being stolen and a big lawsuit is underway. The record label hires Johnny Cochran. Cochran. AKA the man who got O.J. Simpson acquitted using nursery rhymes. I'm not joking. He employs the foolproof Chewbacca strategy, which basically consists of this brother waffling absolute nonsense about Ewoks, Endor, Chewbacca, and it's all very confusing.
Why would a Wookiee, an 8-foot-tall Wookiee, want to live on Endor with a bunch of 2-foot-tall Ewoks? That does not make sense.
Chef takes the L and is forced to pay up 2 million smackaroos to this guy. To fund his court case, Chef hoes around and the boys sell chocolate. This fails kind of miserably. And the boys come up with the idea of Chef Aid, a musical concert. There's performances from The Cure, Elton John and Ozzy Osbourne, who bites Kenny's head off for some reason. Unlucky son. I'm pretty sure there's an album that spawned due to this episode, which is, yeah, that's kind of cool. Mr. Cochran then turns into the Grinch or some shit and saves Chef anyway.
You must now decide whether or not to reverse the decision for my client, Chef. I know he seems guilty, but ladies and gentlemen, this is Chewbacca.
Episode 15, called Spooky Fish, is Season 2's Halloween special and is...
Be warned, all scenes will be accompanied by pictures of Barbra Streisand.
Yeah, this episode has Barbra Streisand's spooky vision on the screen throughout and is very fucking jarring, I can't lie. Continuing this theme, Cartman has a killer goatee and is acting weirdly nice and a little bit bipolar. I forgot to mention that. At the same time, Stan is in the trenches again with his new fish turning out to be evil and a serial killer and it's pretty creepy, yeah. Sharon loses her shit again. Cartman actually isn't bipolar, there's just 2 of him now apparently, and that evil fish murks Kenny.
Never know where that pet store is. There can't be that many pet stores in South Park, dude. And Flo isn't from South Park. The pet store could be anywhere between here and Denver. Well, we better get working. Cartman, you go home and call all the pet stores in the phone book.
The rest of the space poltergeisty goatee versions of the boys then rock up and set a bunch of evil pets on the loose. The episode ending with a lot of people dying, so the usual really. The Christmas special, Merry Christmas Charlie Manson, sees the boys travel to Nebraska to visit Cartman's family. We see Cartman, Elderly Woman Edition, Weird Kid Edition, and somehow Cartman, Dog Edition. His creepy uncle breaks out of prison and is accompanied by Charles Manson, a real-life serial killer. Oh, okay, fair enough. They go to the local mall, Cartman beats the kid version's head in, and all hell breaks loose.
You lied to me, Mother. You said it was the real Mr. Hanky?
Well, yes, but
I will not forget this, Mother. I will not forget this ever.
This is revolution!
They escape them all back to Cartman's family's house, and the convicts surrender. Charlie Manson, I guess, is now being portrayed as a good guy. I don't know what the South Park creators are trying to say there. Oh yeah, and Kenny gets absolutely lit up.
Oh my God, they killed the little orange coat kid.
You bastards!
Episode 17, Season 2's penultimate episode, starts with a class assignment in which we see the introduction of a character called Tweak, who is constantly tweaking out. He suggests the boys do the report on underwear stealing gnomes, but thanks to Mr. Tweak, do the report on big corrupt corporations bullying local businesses.
I own a coffee shop, and now a great big multi-million-dollar company is going to move in and try to take all my business, which means I may have to shut down and sell my son Tweak into slavery.
Slavery?
Yes, slavery.
Wow, that sucks, dude.
Damn, I mean, he's smooth to be fair. The corporation is about to be forced out of South Park when the boys talk to the underpants stealing gnomes, who teach them about the positives of big companies.
Phase 1, collect underpants. Phase 2, Phase 3, profit. Oh, I get it. No, you don't, fat ass. Jesus Christ, look out!
Well, I mean, kind of. I mean, actually, not really. Wait, where am I again? Oh yeah, thanks to this, the boys tell the town what they've learned, and Hardbugs Coffee can stay in South Park. Was this all sponsored? Was this just an elaborate plan? I think we've all just been bamboozled. Nice. Season 2's finale is titled Prehistoric Iceman and was released just a few weeks into 1999. Thanks to Steve Irwin, rest in peace, the boys go crocodile hunting.
I'll use my croco and try to bring him in. That's not how a croc sounds, you fat-ass penis. Oh, yeah, I'm gonna kick my friend Carl in the beanbag and see what happens.
During this trip, Carl falls into an icy cave and discovers a man frozen in ice. Creepy sus Albert Einstein and his pet monkey, thing, take the frozen man and find out he's actually from the ancient prehistoric time of 1996. The guy's just a normal, regular-ass dude, but the town act like he's an alien, with only the boys being able to understand what he's saying.
Where am I?
What?
What's he saying?
Is that English?
What? You're hungry?
Where am I?
You're hungry?
What's going on?
Me, friend.
The FBI and sus Albie put him in an enclosure, Kenny gets chewed up, and the boys break him out. They send him away to Iowa, as apparently that place is behind the times. I don't really know 1919 American culture, to be honest. I mean, sounds interesting though. The second season finally ending with Cartman taking a massive L.
What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna sneak up on it and jam my thumb in its... Hey! Hey, get me out of here! Hey! Smells like Kenny's house in here.